What's going on, everyone? In this video we're going to talk about trends and micro trends, well, major trends and micro trends, and how to use them to make money in the stock market. So first of all, let's define trends, major trends and micro trends. So major trends, well, this is a very good example, is this. So it's basically, you can easily see that it's a super clean uptrend. And why is that? Well, a major trend always respects the trend line. So this is our trend line, for instance. Yes. So this is our trend line, and it always respects our trend line. So you cannot say that we're going into a downtrend right here because we still haven't broken out of this trend line. Technically, we are in a short-term downtrend, but that's when micro trends come in. So this is our micro trend right here, for example. We put in a higher low, but we're still not breaking the trend line. If we put a if we broke out of this trend line, we put in a higher low than this low, then maybe then we could consider, we could say that we're probably changing direction or something. But as of this point, we didn't change direction. So this continued, but as of this moment, actually, but because my trend line isn't really drawn that well, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, you could say that as of this point or this point. Yeah, well, let's say as of this point we changed direction. So why is that? As I said, this is a change in a major trend because we broke out of the major trend line. So this could be our micro trend right here, but our trend line, so our micro trend line wasn't broken until the major trend line was broken. So we're actually changing direction right here. So I hope you kind of understood that right there. So you always look at major trend lines and small trend lines within these big uptrends or downtrends or whatever. So let's look at current market conditions and see and analyze. So and find micro trends and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to see on the 4 hours. We're actually going to go on the 1 hour time frame. So let's analyze current market conditions and talk about timeframes. So let's see if you can spot the major trend right here. It's kind of easy. You just draw a trend line, and yeah, that's it. You just draw a trend line. So this was our uptrend. We put in higher lows, higher highs, and let's see if you can spot micro trends. Well, it's very easy. This is our first micro trend. We broke out, boom, long right here. Second micro trend right here, we broke out long. I wouldn't consider this as a micro trend, but yeah, you could say I wouldn't consider neither this one as a micro trend. A micro trend has to have swing lows and swing highs. So you cannot just have a, let's say you had this move right here and it just went like that. No, you have to have some form of swing low, swing high. So in this case we had swing low, swing high, swing low. So right here kind of it was swing high and then it immediately broke out. So this was telling us that we changed direction. So the market isn't really super accurate, but I mean accurate, I would say, hasn't a really clear direction in the past month, I would say. But yeah, we could still find very good opportunities. So here we broke the trend, and now we're kind of entering this new trend. This new trend, maybe it's going to find a support right here. Maybe it's going to make lower lows. What can we do? Well, we can do we can draw this trend line right here, or we could draw like long-term trend lines. Not really long-term, but longer-term trend lines. If we join these points, and as you can see, like the market usually repeats itself. So this was our trend line, kind of a downtrend as of this point, and then we retested this trend line. Micro trend broke out. So yeah, the market really is kind of, it's a cycle actually. But yeah, so this was on the 4 hour 1 hour chart, but let me show you on the 5 minute chart. This is also available. I'll talk about the 1 minute a bit later because it's kind of different on that one. So you can have major trends on the 5 minute chart, well, relative to the time frame, obviously. So this was our first major trend, I would say, and we had these micro trends right here. So when you are in a downtrend, you always have these so micro trends. You're basically, you draw your trend line up because you're in a downtrend. So you wait for the downside break. So a long would be right here. I mean a short, I'm sorry. And yeah, I mean, for exit levels, you can do Fibonacci, you could do support levels, whatever you want. So yeah, so right here we broke out of the trend line and put in a higher low, but that's why you have to have a good risk management. In this case, this kind of strategy, I would say, did not work out. You're probably getting stopped out because your target profit would probably be around this level. So yeah, you have to have good risk management. But in most cases, it works if you apply it well. So you could also probably consider this as a micro trend in hindsight, but yeah, now I would personally probably get stopped out on this move. Then we had a new trend when we broke out of this one and we started making higher lows and stuff. So yeah, so this was our new major trend on the 5 minute chart with a lot of micro trends. Bam, so long, plenty of opportunities right here. This is not really a micro trend. Maybe this one not really. Yeah, you had all of these kind of swing lows, swing highs and stuff. But then we broke, and this would be a very nice opportunity. Why? Because we broke out of the major trend, and now we're probably changing direction because we broke out and then we retested the trend line. So that's why I'm always saying that the market tends to repeat itself and stuff. So now we probably have a new trend line. Not really a false break right here, but this is market close. So yeah, not very accurate. So what you need to remember from this video is that well, the market tends to repeat itself, but you have to have good risk management, and you always have major trends and micro trends. I forgot to talk about the 1 minute. So in the 1 minute time frame, it's a bit different because yeah, it's kind of hard to identify a clear trend, but you could trade based off of a micro trend. So that's what I do when I turn on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, so basically this wouldn't be a micro trend. You would have your major trend right here, and yeah, so this is it's more based on micro trends and stuff rather than clear major trends. So I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.